local, and live. Covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Dan Dedona here with the Local News 1 weekly report for Hagerstown, Chambersburg, Smithsburg, Fairfield, Waynesboro, and all the communities that make up our local area. I'm going to start off, as we usually do, with 5 things to do. This will be the 3rd of April edition. Easter is upon us, and we've already reported many Easter events in past weeks, but this week is the big week for this sort of thing. We're going to start with spring's most uplifting morning being celebrated across Franklin County as churches host special Easter services filled with music, faith, and community. The Brandeis Church in St. Thomas will hold a worship service from 5 until 10 a.m. on Sunday the 5th, featuring a full choir, handbells, brass ensemble, timpani, chimes, and an inspiring sermon. The Mercersburg area churches will gather at 6:30 a.m. for an Easter sunrise service at Mercersburg Academy Chapel. It'll be led by Minister James Moore, with a special music presentation by Tracy Robinson, Nathan Elkins, and Cindy Nice. Later in the morning, the Oasis of Love Church in Shippensburg will present the Resurrection Story at 10 a.m., sharing the Easter message through song and creative expression. For a full list of Easter activities, Easter services in the area, take a look at the Religious Services section of localnews1.org. Excuse me. Next up, families in the Cumberland Valley area and all surrounding regions can fill their baskets to the brim this Saturday, April 4th, as local businesses, church, and community organizations host a massive slate of Easter egg hunts packed with prizes and festivities. The day ticks off at 10 a.m. with the second annual hunt at Backroads Greenhouse in Chambersburg. This will feature specific age brackets for children and a unique adult hunt in the greenhouse. At the same time, 10 a.m., there will be events beginning at St. Paul's United Methodist Church and the Fayetteville Browns, while Hub City Vineyard and Broadfording Church in Hagerstown will be offering staggered start times for various age groups, alongside petting zoo and moon bounces. Washington Township Police will be hosting a community celebration at Red Run Park starting at 10:30 a.m. with emergency vehicle displays and egg hunts beginning at 11 o'clock. Later in the day, the Shippensburg History Center and Shiloh United Methodist Church will launch their hunts at 1 p.m., followed by an adult-only search at the In-N-Out Beverage at 2 p.m. And there will also be a family-friendly finale at Hidden Key Brewing in Greencastle at 4 p.m. All these free and low-cost events aim to bring the community together for a day of spring celebration, offering everything from golden egg grand prizes to train rides, craft stations for children of all ages and abilities. The complete list is available at localnews1.org. Third on the list, the inaugural Borough Bunny Hop will be hosted by Main Street Waynesboro actually today, Friday at 7 p.m. It's a family-friendly fundraiser that invites children ages 13 and under to visit participating downtown businesses from 5 until 7 p.m. You can collect Easter eggs, hunt for hidden golden eggs packed with surprises. Fun begins at 66 West Main Street, where the kids can pick up their hop-stop guides before setting off. Tickets are $5 per child, and all proceeds will be supporting Main Street Waynesboro. Fourth up, whether you're hunting for the perfect farmhouse centerpiece or a taste of local Maryland flavor, the upcoming Harvest and Home Shopping Saturday offers a curated escape into rustic charm. Hosted by Lindenholm Farm, the event will take place this Saturday, April 4th from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Linden Hall, 10224 Downsville Pike in Hagerstown. It's designed to celebrate the transition into spring, and it provides a community-focused space for neighbors to browse unique home goods and seasonal finds. And last up of our 5 things to do this week, Sunrise meets Serenity this Easter as Soul Wellness Studio in Greencastle invites the community to greet the day with mindful movement and renewal. Certified instructor Christina will lead 2 special yoga sessions on Sunday, April 12th at 35 North Carlisle Street, Unit A in Greencastle. The first will be at 7 a.m. with a hot vinyasa flow designed to energize the body in gently heated room, followed by an 8 a.m. yin yoga class. It's open to all levels. Classes encourage participants to awaken and celebrate the spirit of the new beginnings. All right, awful lot of stuff going on this weekend, and it's an absolutely magnificent weekend for this sort of thing. Easter is such a great time of the year when got all kinds of new growth taking place all around it. There's actually a particularly good article that our own Dargan boy wrote about flowers in the spring and what they mean. That's kind of an aside, though. We had 58 stories this past week in localnews1.org. We're going to cover a good number of them here. In Waynesboro, the cancer auction recorded $130,000 in contributions at their gala event last Saturday at Green Grove Garden. This is the 44th year for the auction, and they have they exist to support cancer patients and families. For those of you who have actually had a cancer patient or have experienced cancer personally, you know just how hard it is, because there's so many times that you have to keep going back to the hospital and back to the hospital, and it wears on you. And so, especially if the hospital that you have to go to is some distance away. So, what this money will do is the committee, the cancer auction committee, will take the money that has been acquired during the auction, and they will be distributing that to a very long list of groups who provide very specialized kind of support for patients and families experiencing cancer. Great event. In regional news, planning for America's 250th anniversary has been taking place for quite some time now. There's a very long list of scheduled events in the Hagerstown and Chambersburg area in local news. Please let us know if you've got additional events that you don't see in our existing coverage. Let us know, and we'll make it a point to see to it that there are stories and more people know about what you're sponsoring for the 250th anniversary. In Franklin County, the Visitors Bureau advises that registration for their Epic Franklin County American 250 Parade, which is scheduled for the 18th of March, is still open until the 10th of April. So if you want to participate in that parade, and it should be a good one, apparently they've got about 45 people that have signed up so far, but there's room for more. You can still register with the Franklin County Visitors Bureau up until the 10th of April. Then they're going to have to cut it off and do planning, or finish their planning and get ready to execute their plans. The Waynesboro Rotary this past week, 2 weeks ago actually, had a gentleman in by the name of Damon Albert from Camp Esri. He made a very interesting pitch it's more than just a pitch to Rotary, it's a pitch to the entire community. Camp Esri offers support for at-risk kids who have experienced drugs either personally or in their families, or have been trafficked as youngsters in the sex trade, or have been abused. Just all manner of nasty things that happen to kids that you have to shake your head and go, parents would really do that to their own kids in some cases. Well, what Camp Esri tries to offer is a fresh, faith-based approach to showing these kids that there's a different perspective on the world, trying to help them out. This is an all-volunteer organization. They've been around for many, many years. Mr. Albert has got a very interesting background himself. Highly recommend that you go out and take a look at the links to Camp Esri in the story of local news. In Franklin County, the commissioners followed up on along similar lines, declaring, this was last week, but it really applies all year long. They declared last week, the 6th through the 10th of April, as Reentry Week, meaning that any number of people make mistakes, and sometimes they have to go to jail either for drugs or for other things. When they get out of jail, it's very important that steps be taken within the community to accept these people back. If they've paid for their crimes, they need to be ready to go. This parallels to a certain extent another Franklin County program called the Good Wolf Program, which was created by the justices in Franklin County. But they also brought in police and medical people. And what they do is they try to identify people that they can give a clean bill of health to. If they enter this program and they pass successfully, then they give them much more than a helping hand. They give them training and orientation and help to get them resettled so that they don't fall back into crime or end up otherwise with a very difficult life. So this is a very good thing. Reentry Week should take place every week. In Chambersburg, there was a trench that collapsed yesterday, actually, at 3 p.m. in the afternoon over on Clover Road in Hamilton Township. That's just a little bit west of Chambersburg. We don't have any further details on that, but there was one fatality. The authorities over there are not releasing the information until they've got more to say. So, but stay tuned for more on that. Washington County Commissioners considered a variety of water, solid waste budgets, and actually approved trimming the 10-year capital plan by about $400,000. As they considered this, the proposals suggested no new rate increases, and in addition to working on those particular projects, there was another very long list of operational contracts and topics that were discussed. One of the things that local news is doing to try to improve municipal coverage is we're putting together a roundup. It turns out that Washington County is a little easier to cover because there's the county, there's Hagerstown, there's Smithsburg, there's a few other communities not too far away from those communities that we also cover. But in Pennsylvania, with township structure, there are actually 12 different municipalities to cover, and that means we would have to have an awful lot of people going to an awful lot of meetings to find out everything that's going on. So what we have done instead is we are putting together roundups in order to improve our municipal coverage. It takes information from both agendas and minutes of meetings, which are required to be published by law, and passes this information on in a very condensed format to let you know exactly what's going on. So we're going to continue doing that in the future as we pick up more staff, or if there are people out there in our coverage area that would be interested in helping us to cover some of these events, we would very much appreciate talking to you. We'll bring you on board. We actually pay our writers to do this kind of work, so let us know about that. In Waynesboro, the New Hope Shelter has launched a capital campaign. The shelter has been there for a number of years. They take care of homeless people in the Waynesboro area. But now they've got a capital campaign. They need to make some improvements that will include, in Phase 1, $350,000 to basically prepare for Phase 2, which will put in some additional efficiency apartments and some dorms and make other improvements so that their capacity and the quality of care that they offer will be greater. You see this kind of thing also over in Hagerstown when they were talking about the homeless population. Big issue. Not only how do you handle them, homeless people day to day, but what do you do to try to support them? And it turns out that in most communities there's a pretty long list of organizations that want to help. So to the extent possible, if you can contribute to the homeless shelter, the New Hope shelter in Waynesboro, by all means, they could use your support. In Greencastle, the Greencastle Antrim Pantry is moving its distribution day to the 9th of April. It was previously advertised as the 2nd of April. So if you showed up a day or so ago, or yesterday actually, I suppose, if you showed up yesterday, there's a reason why there wasn't anybody there. They've moved that to the 9th of April. It was in local news, but just a reminder, if you didn't find that anyplace else, 9th of April, pickup day at the pantry. The Waynesboro Chamber is going to be hosting its 30th Expo on the 25th of April at the Otterbein Church. This is a new format and a new location. There's going to be bands. There's going to be music. There's quite a new things that they're trying out. You should, excuse me. There is still room to get a table at this event and let the local community see what you're doing. Offer them some material. Give the Waynesboro Chamber a call about that. The area library activity calendar has been published for April. The libraries are very, very active around here. They're not just the sit on your hands and wait for people to come in the door type of library anymore. They actually sponsor quite a few activities, and that's for people from children all the way up through adults. So take a look at that. See if there's something there that could help you. In Hagerstown, there was a No Kings rally last weekend, the 28th of March, downtown Hagerstown. Drew a crowd. The University System of Maryland Hagerstown branch, USMH, is now offering a new program in applied computer science in conjunction with the people up at Frostburg. What they want to do is provide access to high-quality local training and education in the areas of AI, cyberspace, cybersecurity, and software development. They're going to have an open house on Thursday the 9th at 32 West Washington Street in Hagerstown. And let's see, Mercersburg Academy is offering The Farm, which is an art exhibit from Saturday the 4th, tomorrow, until the 28th of April. And in Pennsylvania, the Fish and Boat Commissioners are asking for some help with trout stocking. It seems that the way they do this is they'll pull up a truck with the fish that they want to stock, the trout that they want to stock streams with, but they need bucket brigades. They need people to actually grab buckets and haul them down to the streams. So they have 5 different opportunities to help out. The first one is going to be on the 7th of April at the Waynesboro Reservoir, and there will be 4 more times that are listed in Local News 1 in May, in the month of May. So if you have a moment, you want to want to make sure there's something out there for you to catch sometime during the summer, make sure you go and help out. In police news, this is kind of nice. This is the second week in a row where police news has been sparse but relatively friendly. The PennDOT is urging drivers to go hands-free, meaning they don't want you to be using cell phones in your vehicles. They quote an awful lot of statistics that basically say this is one of the leading causes of accidents and people getting maimed or dismembered or killed. So it's the kind of habit that they want to stop. In Pennsylvania, fines for this kind of activity are going to start on the 5th of June. So you can expect that enforcement action to start pretty soon. So take that into account. 5th of June is when fines start for using cell phones in your vehicles. In People News, in Waynesboro, Sladen Fisher, who is a Waynesboro grad, who is now playing softball at Albright College, is having a great year and is helping Albright potentially reach the best season that they've had since 2019. Sladen is a third baseman. She's all around. She's apparently very close to a 400 batting average, which is that's really something in fast pitch. That's if you've ever played fast pitch, it's a little league distance with a fully grown adult whipping a ball at you pretty hard. So got 13 RBIs. She's doing her part, and that's a good story. In Chambersburg, Wilson College's commencement speaker this year is going to be Ken Ohashi, who is the CEO of Brooks Brothers and Nautica. There's a nice little bio about this fella in Local News. That is going to take, his commencement speech is going to take place on the 3rd of May. Mr. Ohashi has been identified as a particularly innovative leader. Take a look at his resume. You'll see what they mean. In Hagerstown Community College, the National Regional Honors. Hagerstown Community College received national and regional honors at the Phi Theta Kappa Catalyst Conference in Baltimore recently. They were identified as one of the top 100 organizations out of 1,300 such organizations in the country. And there were a number of additional awards, cash and prizes and whatnot, that were awarded for their performance. So good effort there. In health news, Waynesboro WellSpan Auxiliary awarded 11 healthcare scholarships to Waynesboro and Greencastle High School students recently. There's a very, very long list of people that received these awards, so by all means, take a look in localnews1.org. At Fort Ritchie, Dr. Ann Duck, I think it is, D-U-C-H, who is a noted physical therapist who is from Williamsport originally, will be speaking at the Fort Ritchie Community Center on Friday, the 17th of April at 6 p.m. And our last item for the day, Franklin County Commissioners have reported that annual surveillance and control for mosquitoes began on the 1st of April, and that will go through the month of September. This is something they do every single year. They trap mosquitoes in areas where they're expected to be particularly heavy. They also do testing to see whether or not West Nile virus or other communicable diseases might be among the mosquito population. And they also identify areas that probably need to be sprayed, either by truck or by individuals with packs on their backs. Another thing that they're looking for throughout the season is ticks. There isn't anything in particular that they can do about ticks, but they do try to keep tabs. I should add that with respect to mosquitoes, and also ticks, but primarily with mosquitoes, there are quite a few things that you can do on your property to help hold down the mosquito population. If you've got a spare tire out there that's got a little bit of water in it, if there's a bottle cap that's sitting upside down that's got some water in it, basically any standing water is an open invitation to mosquitoes to start laying eggs, and they are productive little buggers. So anything you can do on your property or even in the vicinity of your property to eliminate standing water, by all means do it. You'll enjoy the season much better if you're not attacked by swarms of mosquitoes. We also have local history every Tuesday, the writings of Dargan Boy on Thursdays. We have an enormous amount of sports that we never seem to have an opportunity to get to in this short presentation every week. Everything from football, soccer, baseball, gymnastics, auto racing, running. We have crossword puzzles, theatrical activities, talking about all the different plays and shows live shows that are being presented locally, and obituaries. We have many, many more stories from the constantly moving mosaic that is the area in which we live. We are very proud to be the news source for Verstandig Media. You can see all the local news at localnews1.org. It's all local, no national, and we are online, but we are not social media. And with that, we will leave you with the thought of the day. Since it is spring, and there are a lot of weddings this time of year, we heard the story of a young lady who attended a very emotional wedding recently. Even the cake was in tears. Bada bing. Have a great week.